Hey guys, this is Harjap again, and today we're back with another Game of Thrones podcast video. I've gotten great feedback from the last video, and I'm extremely happy to say that I'm going to continue these podcasts, at least for the rest of the Game of Thrones season. And hopefully we can turn this subject into many other topics. Maybe we can talk about hockey, other sports, and or other things I've done in the past on this channel. So let's begin with Season 8, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones. It was an amazing episode, but once again, before I go into the details, a huge spoiler alert, so anyone else watching there, so JV or anyone, please be sure to not go ahead for the rest of the video. And I got some very interesting feedback, actually, from this video, the last podcast, actually. Many of you were saddened by the length of the podcast, but unfortunately, a podcast is all about a person's voice and their thoughts, not really about the length of the conversation. But a great thank you to Amber Bassi for giving me the support I need, and I pinned his comment to the top. So just saying, I'll really like that like. Hope that you guys give my video any like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It'll be a huge help. But without further ado, let's start talking about Season 8, Episode 2 of the Game of Thrones. So, it begins with our heroes all centered around in Winterfell. Jaime Lannister has arrived, and he's summoned in front of Daenerys Targaryen and the Starks. It's a weird thing to see, because they're all these enemies, all these houses are gathered together in the Great Hall in the castle in Winterfell, and it's amazing just to see how this one conflict between the dead and the living can change so many people. I feel like we can take this into our world and change our perspective and opinions on our enemies too. We don't always have to be enemies, because when we need a greater goal to achieve, we must work together. And in my opinion, Jaime Lannister's character arc is amazing. He starts out as a evil guy known as the Kingslayer. He has intercourse with his own sister, and because of this, he pushes Bran off of the castle top after he finds them unexpectedly having intercourse. And now he's a changed man. He's ran away from his sister because he knows that she is untrustworthy, and he knows that he has a greater service to fulfill. And it's amazing how one person I think in particular changed him. Actually, two. Lady Stark, obviously, she made the vow with him instead of killing him in front of the Stark army. And because of that, many things escalated from there. And another person he changed a lot to because of was Brienne of Tarth. And now, Sir Brienne of Tarth. She's just been officially knighted by Jaime. It's amazing to see, and I'm extremely happy for her too. One of my favorite scenes in this episode was probably when everyone was gathered around the fire, telling stories, singing songs. It was amazing just to see how these characters interact with each other before something that they know they're heading into possible death. And I love the character of Tyrion. Brienne is there. You have Podrick. You have Sir Davos, who's an amazing character, which I had not expected at all to be at this point. And you have Jaime Lannister there as well. And just their interactions just really made the viewer smile, I guess you could say. And after that, I'm extremely surprised to see that Sir... Oh man, I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head, but the personal guard to Daenerys Targaryen. Oh my god, how did I not remember his name? Ser Jorah. Yes. He's been an amazing character as well. It's so surprising that he's still alive right now. And one thing that I did not like, well, it was kind of expected after the last episode and the huge reveal. Jon Snow was really trying to stay away from Daenerys Targaryen. Daenerys was trying to open up and get closer with them, if you know what I mean. And Jon knows this is wrong now because they are related. And actually, probably the most important moment in, I guess you could say, the episode was near the end, when we see them having a conversation in the crypt down below the castle about Jon's true identity. And he explains that he's the son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, who apparently was a pretty kind person in general, and he was not the rapist he was known to be. And Daenerys, after realizing that she has hit her lover, the person she loves, is her true competitor to the Iron Throne. That, to me, was a significant moment in the episode. Even though it came at the end, it was very, very significant. And just in general, I guess you could say Daenerys was like kind of iffy of Jon. She didn't really know what to say. Aegon Targaryen. She didn't know what to say. She looked confused, I would say. And she was not happy to learn from this truth. And she really suspected that Bran and Samuel Tully might be conspiring to make Jon the king of the Seven Kingdoms. Arya Stark became not a virgin anymore this episode, which was a huge surprise to me. I did not expect that to happen to her. And it appears to me that Sansa Stark and Theon Greyjoy might be the true pair that we've probably seen since the beginning, but no one ever saw. And Sansa continues to defend Tyrion as he's a good man, but it looks like she and Tyrion will not have a marital relationship. Overall, the episode was great. I love the twists and turns. It really made the viewer think of what's going to happen. I'm extremely excited to see episode 3 now. Like, I cannot express. If I could, I have the power, but I don't want to. I want to conserve it for tomorrow. It's going to be a weekday, after school, Friday. Nothing's going to be better than sitting down, relaxing, and watching an episode of the Game of Thrones. I know what's to come. Ice King versus literally everyone was living except for Cersei, because she is an extremely bad person in my opinion. But I'm excited to see what happens, what comes next. Can't wait to look forward to that. I'm actually just getting goosebumps from thinking about what can possibly happen. So what else can we talk about? Oh yeah, I'm thinking about, let's talk more about the podcast. I'm thinking I'll have some guest speakers. That's one big request I got. Who can I get as a guest on this podcast? So I'm thinking that maybe we get other guests on this podcast. Maybe like my friends could join me. And we were actually thinking of making like a friend podcast. If you don't know, I'm part of this group called Bab's Basement. And we're thinking maybe we can make a podcast for our group as a collective team. Let me know what your thoughts below and down in the comments, and I'll see how you guys say it goes. But nevertheless, everyone, remember, we play the Game of Thrones to win or to die. Thank you for listening to my podcast today, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.